Please remain standing and welcome to the arena the Lone Peak High School faculty and graduating class of 2022. Thank you. You may be seated. Seniors, faculty, and guests, good afternoon, and welcome to the 25th Annual Commencement Exercises of Lone Peak High School. My name is Ellie Jacobson, Senior Class President. It will be my honor to conduct the graduation ceremony this afternoon. We wish to recognize special guests and graduates seated behind the stage and request that they stand as they are introduced. Mrs. Amber Bonner, Lone Peak Cluster Representative of the Alpine School District Board of Education. Officials from Alpine School District, Dr. John Patton, Executive Director of Results and School Performance. Mr. Jeff Schoonover, Administrator of Secondary Schools. We'd like to recognize our top academic graduates. Senior and student body officers, our retiring faculty from Lone Peak High School, school administrators, Principal Todd Dawson, assistant principals Melanie Adams, Dave Carter, Shane Hill, Ryan Nild, and Justin Reeves. And we are also fortunate to have with us today several other local community leaders. Thank you all for being here today and for your contribution to Lone Peak High School. Seniors Micah Shinsato, Ashley Foote, and Lily Waters will now perform our national anthem. Will the audience please stand? Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is now my privilege to introduce Mrs. Amber Bonner, the Lone Peak Cluster Representative of the Alpine School District Board of Education. Following Mrs. Bonner's remarks, John Langford, Student Body President, will address us. After John, it will be my pleasure to address you.
Thank you, Ellie. And thank you, Micah, Ashley, and Lily. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. So here we are back in the Marriott Center. I'm so excited to be here. Congratulations, Lone Peak class of 2022. What a wonderful opportunity it is to be here with you. Graduation is a significant event. You're closing one chapter in the book of your life and beginning another. Where this chapter takes you is up to you. You have the chance to make something new out of your life and to become whatever you wish to be. To quote Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. You are the guy who'll decide where you go. This year's seniors are headed all over the world after graduation. You'll have the opportunity, whether you are near or far, to take the knowledge and skills that have been shared with you and to use them to help those around you. Always look for those occasions. You can make a significant difference in the lives of those you meet. I have a senior of my own this year, and I've loved getting to know so many of this year's graduates over the last 18 years. I've seen your lights shine in so many places, in so many ways, in the classroom, in the community, on the stage, on the court, on a field, and even online. I hope that you will remember this quote from Bill Nye, our very favorite science guy. Keep reaching, keep seeking, keep using your abilities to bring out the best in those around you, and let them bring out the best in you. Become the next great generation. You can and will change the world. Knights, you've gained the abilities you need to transform our world, and the power inside of you shines through. I'm excited to see all the amazing things you will do. Best wishes and good luck to all of our 2022 Lone Peak graduates.
When we started as sophomores at Lone Peak High School, none of us really knew what would happen leading up to this day. Yes, COVID made our high school experience different, but through our different experiences, we came out with a different perspective, one of helping those that are alone, and learning that we can be more interconnected by technology, and learning that we don't need a physical classroom to increase our knowledge. We are the generation that went to high school during a global pandemic, but that does not define us. We are now ready to change the world. American activist Brittany Cunningham said it best. What are academic skills without the confidence to go out and use those skills to go out and change the world? End quote. No matter your academic GPA, your ACT score, your AP test score, the knowledge that you learned in the classroom, on the field, on the court, and on the stage, and in the studio will change the world if you have the confidence to use it. Confidence is an important trait, but confidence is not something you are born with. It's something you have to practice and utilize. We all need to have the confidence to go out and use the skills that we learned here at Lone Peak. Using your skills can mean many different things, whether it be going off to college, service, or going into the workforce. We all need to remember that we learn these skills, whatever they may be, to help make the world a better place. Have the confidence to share the knowledge that you learn. After a series of victories in World War II, Winston Churchill said, "Now this is not the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning," end quote. Don't let your high school diploma be your end. Let it be the continuation of a lifelong journey to increase your knowledge of anything and everything. Congratulations, Knights.
Hey guys, we made it. Before I get started, I'd like to begin with some very overdue thank yous. Graduates, stand up, turn around, and look at your family and teachers. Maybe blow a kiss to your grandma. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, now sit down so you can hear the absolute best speech you've ever heard. Sorry, John. Parents, family, and guests, I would like to introduce you to the Lone Peak class of 2022. The Lone Peak class of 2022 consists of 800 graduates. Many went to school together for 13 years. Others joined later to strengthen our class. The Lone Peak class of 2022 is known as a class of champions. This year alone, we won the state titles in football, volleyball, girls basketball, boys golf, girls swim, academic decathlon, and winter drumline, and girls track, and marching band. We won a lot. The Lone Peak class of 2022 is also a class of talent. The Lone Peak Choir performed at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Orchestra has earned superior ratings throughout the entire year. The United Video teams have won multiple competitions, and we've had amazing performances of Anastasia and Les Mis. This class is a class of scholars. We've earned over $10 million in scholarship money. 16 graduates are graduating with their associate's degree, and 3 students received the National Merit Scholarship. The 2022 class is a class full of charity. Our Gold Rush fundraiser raised over $28,000 towards the Make-A-Wish Foundation to grant the wishes of 4 children. The class of 2022 is known as a class of compassion. More acts of kindness and service have been given by this class than any other. We mourned together the loss of classmates and supported each other selflessly. Fellow graduates, today is our last day of high school. We've accomplished all of this while experiencing unprecedented circumstances that created a very unique high school experience. From an amazing first half of sophomore year to finishing the year with COVID and school online. With a junior year full of wearing masks and relying on the 11:59 p.m. due dates on Canvas. We were the right class to take this on, something no other class has experienced. We not only endured, we excelled. This is our kingdom, our time, and we proved that this year. I would now like to challenge the graduating class of 2022 to continue on this trend of greatness. Continue to be champions, scholars, full of talent and compassion. I'm so honored to have grown with you these past 3 years. May we take on every challenge as though it is our kingdom and our time. Thank you. The Lone Peak High School Advanced Wind Ensemble will now perform Red Rock Mountain under the direction of Jamie Kim. We will now be pleased to hear from our class salutatorians, Benjamin Bagley and Braden Johnson. They will be followed by our class valedictorian, Carly Prinster.
Hi. I can't believe that graduation is already among us. Thanks, Brennan. If there's one thing that I've learned in preparing for this speech, it's that 2 minutes is not enough time to say everything that I want to say. First off, congratulations, students. We're about to graduate. I know it's cliche, but this chapter in your life is over, and it's time to conquer the next pages. Secondly, I feel very underqualified to give any of you life advice about anything. Just because I was the unwilling leader of a cult of personality in junior high does not mean that I've got anything figured out. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go, just like you. So I'm not going to give you any life advice unless I really, truly believe it. After all, we're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. In 7th grade, I met a curious, quiet boy named Jake. I was impressed with his drive to learn and innate curiosity. Years later in high school, he failed multiple core classes but got a perfect score on the ACT, and he was in danger of not graduating. One of my role models in learning and curiosity was in danger of not graduating in a school system that is supposed to reward the drive to learn. Jake is proof of the fact that school just isn't right for many of us. I happen to be pretty good at it, which is why I'm up here giving this speech. But that does not mean that I'm smarter than any of you. You might roll your eyes, but I truly believe that we are all just skilled in different ways. Nobody is smarter than anybody else. Here's the advice that I truly believe with all of my heart. Don't do yourself the disservice of believing that you are less able to learn than anybody else. I'd like to thank my amazing teachers. Keep fighting the good fight. I know just how hard it can be. Thank you to my friends for all the great speech advice. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. And most of all, thank you to my family, my parents and my siblings. You made me who I am today. I love you. Once again, congratulations, graduates.
Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. The heart has its beaches, its homeland, and thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover that you are the song that the morning brings, but the heart has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own. Those are song lyrics from the Grateful Dead song titled Eyes of the World. I like to interpret those lyrics as a coming-of-age story, symbolizing how we are reaching the stage in our lives where we begin to have thoughts and songs of our own. This ceremony marks the beginning of a second era of our lives, where each of us will soon have the opportunity to forge our own paths, separate from our parents and separate from our teachers. We should never forget the wisdom that we have accumulated from our mentors over almost 2 decades, but we are no longer confined to their established pathways. Some of our trails may zig and zag, some of our trails may just circle around, and some of our trails may be one of all sorts of patterns. But regardless of how we end up getting there, we should be focused on the destination. As the song says, our hearts have their own thoughts and songs, and it is important that we recognize and follow them. For our graduates, as well as anyone else in this room, I encourage everyone to follow the songs of the heart and use them to guide your pathway. Your pathway is going to have all sorts of bends, dead ends, loops, forks, and other confusing twists and turns. Your pathway is going to drift away from the pathways of others, and is going to drift towards the pathways of people you never even expected. Your pathway is going to be a mess, but as long as you choose to follow the songs of the heart, when you become the eyes of the world, there will never be a wrong way to get there. Thank you.
To start, let me just take a moment to say congratulations. We made it. We graduated. Woo! Yeah. All right, it took 12 years to get here. That's a lot of time. Now after high school, we no longer are government regulated on how to spend that time. So what will you choose to do? A big part of deciding what to do in the future relies on reflections of the past. And being honest, I prided myself on flying below the radar. Now you might be kind of chuckling to yourself or thinking something along the lines of, what is this girl talking about? She's literally the valedictorian. Yes, that is true, and I worked very hard for this award. But as I've gone about my high school career, I've noticed that other people have similar feelings. They also have a hard time being complimented and receiving praise for something they tried really hard at. Why is this? Why can't we just be happy for ourselves? Our world is a world of people trying to fit in. But we are good enough just how we are right now. We do not have to make ourselves more palatable to other people. We have value and a difference to make in this world. Instead of striving to meet arbitrary expectations, let's strive to be kind, to be compassionate and empathetic, to see the value in all human beings, including ourselves. We are all deserving of taking up space in this world. Let's strive to define ourselves instead of letting those expectations do it for us. Let's not let unsuccessful ventures keep us from continuing on. When we allow ourselves to view failures as the rule and not the exception, then our lives will be full of hope. As Taylor Swift once said, there's a fire inside of you that can't help but shine through. Our own past,
Our own paths are just that, our own, and we deserve to walk a path that we believe in. With that being said, welcome to the Future Nights, where we will have a chance to choose that path. It's time to go out and seize all this world has to offer. Remember, our kingdom, our time. Thank you.
The Lone Peak High School a cappella and chamber choirs will now perform. The choir is directed by Miss Lois Johnson. Following the choir, we will have a special recognition presented by Mr. Shane Hill. Following his presentation, Austin Pence and Charlie Price will deliver a tribute to parents. And following them, we will have a chance to hear from our principal, Mr. Todd Dawson.
It is a privilege for me to stand before you all today and recognize two people who have been and always will be an integral part of the very essence of Lone Peak High School. The first is Miss Lois Johnson, or as many of you may call her, Mama J. Lois has taught the Lone Peak choirs at amazingly high levels ever since the school opened its doors. Ms. Johnson is retiring after 37 years of teaching. She has provided her students with so many unparalleled opportunities, like singing in Carnegie Hall. She is loved and respected by so many and will leave behind a lasting legacy. This year's second retiree is Lone Peak's longtime drama teacher, Jim Smith. Mr. Smith has spent all 23 of his years as an educator at Lone Peak High School. Every production of Mr. Smith's that I watched left me in awe of the talent of the kids and the scale of the production. It's no secret that Jim was instrumental in the success, and we wish him well in his retirement. It is my honor to present Lois Johnson and Jim Smith with honorary Lone Peak High School Class of 2022 diplomas. Thank you to your many years of service and education and to your contributions to the Lone Peak community. Thank you.
This one is for the parents here tonight. You have permission to laugh or cry, but not both. I set out to Lone Peak High 3 long years ago, hoping I would make some friends and get a 4.0. But a 3.2 works. Sorry, Mom. But I bombed a test or two, but Mom and Dad were there to get me through. I wouldn't graduate today if it weren't for Mom and kind of Dad. These 3 years really have been crazy. We put you through ups and downs, F's and absences, but your support through us got us through all that. Awkward voice cracks, horrible acne, going to dances even though talking to girls is scary, getting friend-zoned and getting quarantined, driving a beat-up Subaru when everyone else drives a Jeep. Mom and Dad, you didn't kill me, even when I missed seminary. You showed us guidance despite our sass, even when we were pains in the butt. Speaking of being pains in the butt, we didn't get along perfectly. Like, when you got my report card, or when I stayed out past curfew, or when Dad taught us how to drive. I was driving his truck with the radio on. Can you please turn that down? Your music is obnoxious. Oh my gosh. With the radio off, I said, Daddy, something wrong. He had one hand on the steering wheel, the other on the handle. The car in front of me brakes real hard as my daddy started to swear. I say, hey Dad, I really screwed up. I think I hit a car. And he said, are you kidding me? I said, 10 3 seconds beyond the car. Our insurance can't pay for this. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Despite all the fuss, here we are on graduation day. We made you cuss and we broke your car, but you loved us anyway. Thank you for every time you said, Why do you have a scene Burrells?
Yes, even when our grades were screwed, you held us tight and said, I love you. Aww. I wouldn't graduate today if it weren't for you. Yes, Mom and Dad, I want you to know that I love you.
That was awesome. Board Member Amber Bonner, Dr. Shane Farnsworth, Dr. John Patton, Mr. Jeff Schoonover, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, graduate family and friends, thank you for being here in support of this amazing graduating class. I like that. I want to give a shout out before I address the students. I want to just give a shout out to our faculty. A year or so ago, I had the opportunity of working in a different role. I had a job in the district office, and sometime around, it was around Christmas time, I was at work and I was kind of in a low mood. I wasn't feeling great, and I couldn't wrap my head around what was wrong. And a coworker said, hey, are you all right? And I said, I don't know. I said, I'm just kind of in a funk this morning and not sure what's brought that on. And about lunchtime, I realized that I really missed having a faculty. I missed being in a school where the energy of the students are, but I missed having a faculty that I could come to work and work alongside with and care for and think about and root for. And this group here at Lone Peak has been a great blessing in my life. Sorry, I'm gonna do the gritty when I start to cry. Woo. All right. But this group of faculty have been a blessing in my life. These last few years, as you've experienced as students and families, have been some of the toughest in education. Also some of the greatest as well, as we've learned new things and tried new things. But this group, it's like they've been in a 12-round heavyweight bout, and they're still standing, and they're champions, just like you. These are champions. So shout out to our faculty. Thank you. Before I share a few of my prepared remarks, these students who have performed and spoken thus far have been awesome. That song was second to none. So thank you to each of you for that. One of the things that Ellie left off the list when she was listing some of the accomplishments and championships is Lone Peak is state champs of being awesome. So love you guys, you're the best. Also, I think this is the first senior class who I believe legitimately won the Spirit Bowl without cheating. So hats off to you for that. So congratulations to you, graduating class. You sit here today, an awesome sight, and it's a pleasure to be with you. Roses are red, caps and gowns are maroon. You're all grown up. It happened so soon, right? Yeah, aw. So I want to thank you for what you have brought to Lone Peak High School these past 3 years. You have brought energy, you've brought engagement, you've been flexible, you've cooperated, you've experienced a lot of highs and lows, you've experienced hardships and triumphs, you've been resilient and courageous in times of uncertainty, and I commend you for that. Something changes for you today. The time of your life that you were a high school student has been important. It's been a time of growth and learning, a time of experience and challenge, a time of opportunity. But after you walk across in front of this stage tonight, that time as a high school student will have passed in your life. For the past few years, high school has made up your yesterdays, your todays, and your tomorrows. But what changes today is that high school, from this day forward, will now only be part of your yesterdays. So what will you do with your new todays, and how will you plan to spend your tomorrows? Thinking and planning for the future can be overwhelming at times. That's normal. Thinking and planning for the future can bring with it a lot of excitement. That's normal. Embrace the fact that opportunities await you. Opportunities that you're currently aware of, and opportunities that are yet to be discovered. Life as an adult will bring to your life experiences and opportunities that will be exciting and new. You'll have decisions to make and choices and freedoms and hopes that will be different than what you've experienced to this point in your life. Life as an adult will also bring into your life experiences that will be hard and that will be challenging. Plans will fail or need changing. The job you want may be given to someone else. The stresses of life in general will come. Yet this has always been the case. Every generation throughout history have at some point been in your very position, setting out into their next, what's next, the big unknown. Know and take comfort in the fact that life comes at you in minutes, hours, and days, not years and decades. Make plans and set goals. Realize that there are things directly in your control that will help you achieve your goals. Forming good habits, having a positive attitude, learning to work hard and apply consistent effort, surrounding yourself with great people, and stringing together consecutive good choices. Know also that even though experiences and stages of life are difficult at times, life is also very forgiving. Second chances often abound. My message to you is chase your dreams and be confident in doing so. You live in a great time, a time filled with endless possibilities. Knowledge has never been more available and shared so widely. Advances in technology are exciting and many. The world is out there, vast and wild, and waiting for you. There's a concept embraced by many when setting out down a new road. It is think big, start small. When you climb a mountain, you first think of the summit, but it is the collective accumulation of many small steps and actions that bring you to the top. When you build a house, of course you think of the finished product, but in order to build that house, you start at the ground and you work upwards, step by step, and in the end, the house gets built. But the mountains in your lives will never be ascended, and the house will never be built if you let the task overwhelm you. Think big, but start small. Get going, and in the process of time, you will arrive at your destination. The poet Mary Oliver said, "Tell me what it is you plan to do with your one wild and precious life." I know that for this group, there will be many amazingly awesome things you accomplish in each of your wild and precious lives. It's been my pleasure to get to know you, to see you in the halls, to dance with you at dances, to cheer with you at ball games, and to root for you in every facet of your lives. Congratulations, you're an awesome group. You deserve this.
What a do, baby boos? Just for you, Nelson. Okay. Sorry, can't find where I'm supposed to. Seniors, please prepare to receive your diplomas. The graduate names will be read by the senior class officers: Ellie Jacobson, Kiko Anderson, Eliza Brooker, Rachel Edwards, Braden Rumler, and Emmy Sheets. Parents and guests, please note, graduate names will not be read in alphabetical or published order.
Clarissa Ann Lloyd.
Lindsay Elizabeth Linford.
Annie Grace Cannon. Joseph Young. Emmeline Sorensen.
Emily's Carr.
Elizabeth Noel Brown.
Matthew Stoneley.
Adam Richard Johnson.
Avery Staker.
Megan Mickelson.
Daniel Hyder.
Lucas Wayland Keller.
Alexander George Gurley.
Alexis Marie Gee.
Lear Thomas James.
Miranda Rachel Howard.
Addison Mary Stratton.
April Amelia Sorensen.
Spencer Maxwell Olson.
Kaysen David Moore.
Trey Malcavoy.
Abigail Ann Wood.
Kaya Wright.
Naomi Elizabeth Parker.
Hawk Lorene Sanchez.
Tia Perfect Wilford.
Caden Kirk Scriber.
Hannah Caitlin Lyons.
Gabriel Egan.
Zoe Page Fruit.
Avery Michelle Miller.
Megan Tracy Badger.
Stanley David Westman.
Abigail Jo Fossen.
Carter Reynolds.
McKay Daniel Sumption.
Ammon Michael Garcia.
Jameson Grant Rogers.
Lauren Jessica Williams.
Brian Brinley D. Wilson.
Kaya Shane.
Ryan Theo Philippi.
Daniel Ari Newt.
Garrett Richard Newt.
Eric D. Nelson.
Tyler Curtis Martin.
Matthew Simmons.
Ryan Levitt.
Wade Taylor Schultz.
Brigham Arthur Smith.
Emma Elizabeth Lamb.
Megan K. Wood.
Eliza Zolman.
Connor Shin.
Katie Rands.
Michelle Ann Sweeney.
Zachary Allen Toney.
Tate Scott Miner.
Matt Egan.
Luke Hayes.
Camden Enlow.
Abby Johnson.
Natalie Page Carter.
Haley Melzer.
Soraya Hoover. Whitney Coach.
Samuel Max Yagi.
Raleigh Gardner.
Jacob Melzer.
Foster Hewitt.
Cole Leroy. Ryan Jace Paskett.
Colin Lovelady.
Reese Goddard.
Brooke Catherine Beasley.
Mark Robert Allen.
Christian Boo Arrington.
Joshua Dozie.
Jeffrey Sequist.
Rowan Jensen.
Isaac Joseph Price.
Kevin McMurray.
Brighton Oakley.
Lucas Jackson.
Nathan Samuel Ashton.
Andrew Morgan.
Gavin Ryan Nield.
Andrea West.
Catherine Rowberry.
Rebecca Grace Rogers.
Trace Odette. McKay David Pierce.
Carly Drew Turner.
Lauren Elizabeth Stanger.
Ava Tuttle.
Benjamin Sidwell.
William Van Rye. Jacob Connor Swanson.
Caleb Gavin Rust.
Parker Morris.
Brady Thomas Porter.
Nicholas Whistling.
Gwendolyn Matheny.
Elizabeth Reynoso. Brianna Pearl Terrell.
Haley Gabrielle Robbins.
Madison Ride.
Grace Miller.
Brooklyn Larson.
Rachel Nitchman. Marta Sophia Patricia Montour.
Benjamin Meller.
Madeline K. Lacinco.
Camden Humphrey.
Bailey Nye.
Sophia Colnell. Natalie Marie Hilton.
Drea Jolly.
Tess Elizabeth DeHaan.
Hallie Garn.
Olivia Jane Enlow.
Aspen Jensen. Kayla Jean Nelson.
Nick John Ambule.
Brianna Sherelle Hansen.
London Egbert. Rachel Jemmett.
Abigail Catherine Johnson.
Gabrielle Kosis. Emma Grace Jowers.
Elizabeth Ora Crowley.
Sophia Grace Lee.
V. Miranda Schulteis.
Caitlin Beth Dawson.
Anna Hunt. Reagan Hafen. Adelaide Christensen.
Sailor Amy Slosher.
Summer Grace Newman.
Canyon Pilling.
Riley Wetzel.
Molly Wright. Lexi Rasmussen.
Grace Olivia Langford.
Danielle Lynn Orton.
Rachel Savannah Sweat.
Adeline Grace Smith.
Lillian K. Red.
Helena Ubel. Catherine Rose McDonald.
Hiram Howard Phillips.
Spencer Shaman.
Liam T. Logan.
Jacob Matthew Turpin.
Harrison Pope. Joshua Michael Turpin.
Cooper Paul Smith.
Mackenzie Valinga.
Sophie Hope Merrifield.
Kate Aline Niederman.
Forrest Smith. Joseph Knight Oscarson. Easton Jacob Duvalu.
Carter Finn Sand.
Adam William Bueller.
Milo Rivero Casper.
McKenna Noel Allred. Hannah Marie Hawkins.
Christopher William Billings.
Ben DeMille.
Gavin David Dawson.
Owen Porter Allen Foss.
Luke Stephen Fox. John Erickson.
Ethan Ammon Howard.
Ryan Bartholomew.
Cameron Dylan Entz.
Alexa J. Hafen.
Kaisa Dahl. Campbell Shage Wadsworth.
Samantha Larson.
Jada Reed.
Gracie Ann Walters.
Macy Jennifer Gross.
Elizabeth Horsley.
Ella Mae Danes.
Tyler Remo Bilbro.
Braden Christopher Carr.
Josh Gonzalez.
Kenzie Thusen. Caitlin Moreno.
Megan Jessica Wagner.
Taylor Paige Rose.
Anne Elizabeth White.
Kelsey Velgardson.
Mason Martinez. Taylor Martinez.
Lauren Rain Slater.
Luke Leroy Powell.
Callie Jill Middleton.
Morgan Lighton.
Camilla Lynn Reginato.
Sarah Avery Rapp.
Andrew Aston.
Logan David Topham.
Caleb Taylor.
Marielle Marquita Sutton. Nane Taufa.
Quincy Webb.
Ben Myers.
Nathan Clark Murdoch.
Bree Claire Smith.
Anna Marie Hamilton. Adelaide Olson.
Benjamin Hawkins.
Isaiah Halverson.
Madeline Amanda Halverson.
America Ann Baldwin.
Zoe Elizabeth Gustafson.
Carl Matthew Kelly.
Benjamin Kramer.
Kale Hodson.
Maximus Reed Hill.
Baker Eric Hodson.
Ike Johnson.
Cade Houston Gamble.
Lucas Hyde.
Luke Fagan Durfee.
Matthew Brown.
Savea li'i mali e toa whiri se manu.
Takeo Chris Hansen.
Mason Kahiao Patani.
Maddox David Cloward.
Easton Comer.
Spencer Eugene Fotu.
Ian Scott Coulard.
Hannah Laura Proctor.
Hallie Mortensen.
Haley Schofield.
Hallie Palmer.
Ethan Rochester.
Noah Jackson Topham.
Queston Guy Wallace.
Isaac Fielding Reynolds.
Regan Rubel.
Hyra Moore.
Gracie Starr Schellenberg.
Aspen Valerie Oliver.
Layla L. Peterson.
Abigail Kathleen Strong.
Sadie Elise Reed.
Kate Whiting.
Sadie Jane Ross.
Andy Elizabeth Nibley.
Taylor Dawn Rotinsky.
Sarah Emma Wynn.
Molly Karen Wakefield.
Hallie Bell Taylor.
Dalen Todd Smith.
Nicholas David Sampson.
Jordan McKay Smart.
Hannah Beth Colton.
Lorelai Kalia Graham.
Claire Adams.
Samuel John Bass.
Caitlin Paige Johnson.
Megan Rose Hales.
Haley Ann Eastman.
Kennison Eastman.
Gracie Loren Kyler.
Joshua Devi.
Jacob Richard Day.
Micah L. Davies.
Carter Esplin.
Britton Harvickson.
Daxton Gerber.
Mandy Malm.
Ace Denham Olson.
Sarah Paige Palmer Marcella.
Michael Dale Berg.
Rocky Ashton Torno.
Isaac Smoochie Lyman.
Ashton Kent.
JJ2.
Jason Ray Webb.
Hinkley John Taggart.
Carter Vess.
Logan Roberts.
Wayne Tellis III.
Jack Donald Rude.
Jack Nicholas Weston.
Ethan James McClock.
Marin Patch.
Maya Sherman.
Connor Jackson.
Robert Connor Peterson.
Sierra Mae Matson.
Jared Donovan Matthews.
Nathan Neal.
McKay Stahura.
Jacob Spencer.
Abigail Rose Stevenson.
Sophia Clara Ward.
Garrett Peter White.
Jackson Willits.
Tanner Perlis.
Jordan Thomas Fry.
Canyon John Devereaux.
Ali Armstrong.
Brooke Bueller.
Mackenzie Bettridge.
Kylie Smith.
Carter Holt.
Derek Blodgett.
Miguel Alejandro Castaneda.
Samuel Kai Chilton.
Taylin Toiber Hudak.
Connor Kelly.
Bridger Dayton.
Ethan Todd Densley.
Joshua McKay Free.
Hayden Blake Carver.
Blake Hall.
Andrew Griffin Jensen.
David Wilkinson.
Joe Bryce.
Eva Catherine Chen.
Anya Matakohi Kira.
Tatum Julianne Frazier.
Dallin Tajay.
Spencer Torgensen.
Giuliano Francesco Tuardi.
Bryce E. Wilson.
Trevor Dylan Pay.
McKay Tanner.
Dane Tenney.
Jackson Lawrence Tom.
Court Mackay Linebaugh.
Rydy Hart.
Nick Anthony Siri.
Ty Smith Jack Plummer.
Jack Pulsifer.
Cooper Shores.
Dax David Showmaker.
Bryce Sellers.
Ali Maddock.
Carter Jake Sanders.
Hayden Stevenson.
Gavin Lyons Lowe.
Spencer Michael Timont.
Olivia Hall.
Sophie Ann Taylor.
Aubrey Kate Abbott.
Shelby Galassi.
Spencer Joseph Frederick.
Parker Evan Francis.
Caden Michael Jensen.
Isaac William Bonner.
Chase Christensen.
Brennan Bartlett.
Ashton Fulmer.
Jada Easterly.
Samantha Jane Cecil.
Aiden David Johnson.
Lucy Johnson.
Michelle Pilifovich.
Ella Abbott. Abigail Davis.
Tyler Julian Carr.
Emmy B. Hillstead.
Reese Barrett.
Joshua Berganji.
Kian Carly. Wyatt Allen Arnoldson.
Faith Fexer.
Carter Ammon Tarbett.
Brooke Oler.
AJ Sessions.
Dallin Paul Robertson. Jace Bridger Ritchie.
Cash Michael Serdar.
Jeffrey Thomas Shields.
Connor Morgan.
Tobin Whitworth.
Easton Wakefield. Steven Spencer Leaninger.
Zachary Shigeki 2.
Jane Momo Kotu.
Camille Sibley.
Ina Marquez.
Sydney Napawan Lee.
Claire Slimboski.
Julian Montez.
Connor Christopher Thackeray.
Derek Sutherland.
Luke Abraham Rainier.
Reese Evan Olson.
Tuimutu Von Wihangi. Amelia Noel Ogden.
Riley Summer Stone.
Carly Belliston.
Alexa Reese.
Olivia V. Reese.
Hallie Sandberg.
Savannah Marie Nichols.
Marin Claire Seeley.
Zaylee Shepard.
Olivia Mansfield.
Lisa McDaniel.
Madison Ann Smith.
Carson John Thacker.
Lily Jo Watts.
Tanner Young.
TJ Willis.
Sydney Catherine Larson.
Sage Lawrence.
Eliza Ann Mason.
Haley Nicole Pedroza.
Mariah McCann.
Alexander Ruth.
Darren Thomas Menlove.
Alec Lott.
Ashlyn Worlton.
Branson Sandra Pierce.
Abigail Byerly.
Cheyenne Flannery.
Amelia Isabella Hall.
Owen Hunt.
Cambria Bell Bybee.
Davis Nelson Alcorn.
Ethan Fung.
Peter Spencer Creer.
Riley Christian Jones. Preston Michael Brown.
Kate Cherie Davis.
Jane Comish.
Margaret Elaine Clark.
Lauren Hauser.
Hannah K. Jackson.
Carly Dark.
McKenna Jean Conrad.
Aislinn Rebecca Chatlin.
Michael Gunther Hatch.
Zoe Birmingham.
Sydney Lee Beebe.
Kaysen Grant Haug.
Kylie Johnson.
Joshua Kenson Benson.
Harrison Joseph Ellsworth.
Jerem Hume.
Joanna Costa.
Carissa Ann Costin.
James Gooch.
Garrett Goss.
Richard Jovem Durant.
Owen Hollowbaugh.
Isaac Scott Irwin.
Kayla Brown. Becca Brady. Camden Hunter Anderson.
Ali Hannah Ferraro.
Micah Kalani Casabar.
Ryan Hannah Subi.
Jacelyn Zoe Carr.
Kayla Crowther. Macy Jane Allgood.
Michaela Nicole Krischbaum.
Jeremy Porter Dalebout.
Lacey Hepworth.
Nathan Crane Daniel.
Mary Tess Given. Hazel Holiday King. Millie Lane Scott.
Brooklyn Kate Lindemann.
Taylor Nicole Tebbs.
Ammon Philip Moore.
Xander Quiring. Cameron Pym. Skylar S. Smith.
Ethan C. Losey.
Christopher Scott Nickel.
Mark Jacob Simons.
Jason Stewart. Preston Michael Smithson. Cole Robert Loveland. Luke Neild.
Kaylee Eva Moore.
Tanner Matthew Loki.
Allison Christy White.
Tewila Nawahine. Whitney Beth Tolis. Casman Finch.
Dylan Kate Riggs.
Julia Gilmore, Aaliyah Nichols. Kira Bell Bailey.
Benjamin James Eisen.
Preston Fairbanks. Ella Allison Brunson.
Dawson Moody Braithwaite.
Grace Coford. Catherine Elizabeth Spencer.
Caitlin Rachel Carell.
Jacob Kent Carpenter.
Benjamin Merrill Barnes. Emma Page Matthews.
Kate Koski. Jesse William.
Whitney Jane Gubler.
Cosette Frazier.
Steele Merrill Holloman. Courtney Kathleen Foulbach.
Ambry Kirkham. Megan King.
Jarns Hewish.
Ethan Reeves Jividen.
Spencer John Hunt.
Jansen Jeffrey Call. Carson Matthew Bennett.
Dallas Ellsworth.
Elliot Swalberg.
Timothy Hong Tien. Landon Jesse Turley.
Jackson Ryan Millard. Riley Perrin.
Adam Whiteman. Kate Pusey.
Skylar Brooke Matthews.
Ethan Scott Reginato.
Spencer Covey Brown. Caden Ball.
Grant Hawks. Jackson Brady.
Seth Reed Chamberlain.
Justin Pfluger. Ethan Lundberg.
James Gregory Mullins. Gavin Clark Smith.
Rachel Madsen. Joshua Hoffman.
Jackson Lindsay.
Anya Nicole Hansen.
Joshua Jacob Whiteman. Isaac Henry Downs.
Hannah Bartholomew.
Davis Higginson.
Eloise Paige Jensen.
Olivia Ann Judd.
Amelia Gia Song. Ruth Genevieve Glass.
Abigail Judd.
Brooke Mary Hunter.
Madison Suzanne Kohler.
Alexis Ivy.
Ethan Christopher Alfonso. Abigail Eileen Latham.
Afton Bozeman.
Hannah Faith Nielsen.
Catherine Leanne Hatch.
Jocelyn Glazner.
Zacharias John Hafen. Jacob Canigan.
Tanner Horton.
Ethan Gregory Halliday.
Brian Lee Gage.
Joanna Bagiona.
Lacey Fox. Dallin L. Moore.
Sawyer Rawlings.
Aaliyah Blake Brenchley.
Berlin Riley Long.
Oakley Trowbridge.
Kaylee Verda Ray. Karis Bryn Bevins.
Charlotte Law.
Zane Alexander Pugh.
Charlie Andrew Matson.
Emily McBride. Murray Oakes.
Everett Hiram Saunders.
Ollie Rashad. Jacob Taylor Owen.
Luke McKay Lenhoff.
Parker David Simmons.
Preston John Munden. Julian Wisman.
Elizabeth Stewart. Carla Madeline Starling.
Catherine Elizabeth Chappelle.
Cameron Ellie Giles. Alexis Ann Magnuson.
Kate Rebecca Crofts.
Brielle Barton. Lydia Karen Kimball.
Lily Marie Barton.
Connor Bushman. Braden Max Higa.
Briggs O'Neill Condell.
Kyle Erickson. Stephen David Kemp.
Michael McKay Franson.
Benjamin Acey. Spencer Michael Condi.
Aiden Richard Erznosnik.
Canyon College. Brennan Houlihan. Dallin Bott.
Austin Ryder Ewing.
Jenna Brielle Armstrong.
Adeline Kaler.
Annie Edwards. Jonathan Bruff. Shay Lee Finnegan.
Cole Clegg.
Jocelyn Grace Kruger.
Josephine Karen Bragg.
Brianna Ashley Cook. Ethan Hiram Ray. Adrian Ujeres.
Amelia Carol Wareham.
Uzel Phelon. Dallin James Larson.
Gage Allen. Brooklyn Ina Janeway. Benjamin Allen.
Benjamin Eugene Ireland.
Beck Von Burnham. Alexander Alesseo Call.
Tyler Pierce. Hadley Elizabeth DeVrew. Ethan Perrin.
Lillian Sophia Gray.
Emily Ann Everett.
Annika Page Gracious.
Rachel Barlow. James Hiram Erickson. David Erickson.
Ashley Blake Jackson.
Liv Robinson.
Jaden Matungilele Tupe.
Alyssa Henderton. Emmeline Bonnie Hudson. Camilla Hughes.
Jacob Eric Brenton.
Ashlyn Brown.
Jasmine Elaine Anderson.
Madison Ewing. Gracie Jane Takara Jukes. Katie Blake Atkinson.
Jason Jeffrey Garner.
Brian Todd Goodwin.
Benjamin Thomas Brown.
Jacob Brannon. Christopher William Hoskin. Cameron Lynn Jorgensen.
Caden Frank.
Shay Leanne Conroy.
Joshua.
Mara Holmes.
Katie Bybee.
Meredith Fayette Bogus. Bryn Favero. Madeline Dahlgren.
Eliana Maria Downing.
Alyssa Dominguez.
Madison K. Ballard.
Paisley Grace Barlow. Kyla Batchelor. Carter Michael Hoffman.
Chase Matthew Collins.
Tess McGill.
Zachary Michael Aiden.
Cameron Matthew Ward. Morgan Gibson.
Megan Hope Arnold. Samantha May Osmond.
Chloe Cahoon.
Miles Pollard.
Ethan Zabriskie. Victoria Christensen. Natalie Lane Harper.
Afton Lee Branch.
Caitlin Anderson.
Gwyneth Tilly Carlson.
Alyssa Kaylani Finley.
Camilla Turapova. Andrew Arquidez.
Lena White.
Emery Wright.
Casey Arwin Cook.
Carson Ray Hendricks.
Lily Beauchesne. Jocelyn Fauché.
Bowman Augustus Cap.
Kellington Christensen.
Branson Ludine Clough.
Riley Ann Barrett.
Annalise Johnson. Spencer Joseph Boyer.
Merritt Paul Dave.
Taylor Christensen.
Maxwell Lawrence Dillon.
Simon Bliss.
Cameron Neal Darlington. Hayden Johnson.
Sydney Fillmore.
Alexia Goff.
Brooklyn Fillmore.
Spencer Eden Gigi.
Ella Klingling-Smith. Carl Robinson.
David Scott Moore.
Jacob Benjamin Para.
Andrew James Ellertson.
Preston William Hawks.
Tanner Hall. Hansel Wilbert Kim.
Ashley Jane Foote.
Micah Shinsato.
Lillian Joy Waters.
Darby Joe Hart.
Samuel Hill. Dalen Craig Rosevall.
Austin Connor Pence.
Charlie Price.
Salem Arrington.
Blakesley Bean Taylor.
Taryn Tiffany Marriott.
John David Langford.
Camilla Jean Bradshaw. Catherine Sono 2. Aspen Ann Louder. Kaylee Wynn.
Anders Rhett Neuenschwander.
William Thomas Clark.
Jack Thompson Arnold.
Samuel Michael Terry. Benjamin Bagley. Brandon Johnson.
Carly Ann Prinster.
Rachel Claire Edwards. Emmy Sheets. Eliza Brooker. Kiko Anderson. Rummy Rumler. And Ellie Jacobson. Okay. Graduates, please stand. It is now time to move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. All right, ready guys? Go. Woo! Congratulations, graduates of Lone Peak High School, class of 2022. Okay, Remy?
You can now be seated. Hey Knights, I'm honored to introduce the next segment of our graduation today. We have had 3,240 hours, 540 days, which is 3 years together at Lone Peak High School. Although a lot of you slept through or skipped many of those days, we still had the hypest dances, too many state championships to count, incredible musicals and art, and impressive academics. I want to thank Ellie Jacobson, Mr. Topham, and our United team for putting this year into a video, giving us one last chance to look back at the memories we made. So here's to the class of 2022 and the history we made together, and of course, live like Jackson. Thank you.
Class of 2022. This being our last day of high school, let's take a look at our senior year.
I look at you and I see million stars. I am so glad you came and stole my heart. Oh, for the better or for good, oh, for the better or for you. Ooh.
You light up the sky like a billion lights. When I'm by your side, I'm in paradise. You're the breath in my bones, you're the fire in my soul. Oh, what a beautiful life. With you, what a beautiful. La la life, la 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 life. What a beautiful la la life. La 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 life. What a beautiful la 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 life. What a beautiful la 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 la.
I see the sun shining over us like diamond eyes, shining over us, oh so bright. A world of color breaking through, a world for me and you, yeah.
You light up the sky like a billion lights. When I'm by your side, I'm in paradise. You're the breath in my bones, you're the fire in my soul.
Oh, what a beautiful life. With you, what a beautiful.
La la life, la 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 life.
What a beautiful la la life.
La 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 life.
What a beautiful la la life.
La 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 life.
What a beautiful la la life.
La 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 life.
When I'm with you, I'm living a dream. When I'm with you, I'm living a dream. When I'm with you, I'm living a dream. When I'm with you, when I'm with you.
It's a beautiful life, yeah, yeah. All for the better, all for good, all for the better, all for you, all for the better, all for you, 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 you.
We came to Lone Peak not knowing who we were, but we leave as knights, knowing who we are. This was our kingdom, our time. Now it's your time to go make a new kingdom. Later nights. Will everyone please stand and join the class of 2022 in singing the Lone Peak High School fight song, written by Lone Peak High School choir director, Miss Lois Johnson. Conducting the fight song are senior marching knight drum majors Charles Price and McKay Sumption. We now ask that members of the audience remain in their seats for the recessional of the graduates. Graduates, please exit as directed out the west tunnel. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations again, Lone Peak High School class of 2022.
I didn't get to hug you, and I feel sad about that.